Hey, Josh. Is it true? Did your wife really die?
Oh, yes. How did you hear?
Greg told me he attended the funeral. Man, I was shocked.
So, the news is really spreading that fast, huh? I wanted to have a quiet service for Rachel.
Why wasn't I invited to the funeral anyways? I feel left out.
What are you talking about? It's not like we're all that close anymore. What business would you have at the funeral?
Oh, don't be like that. The two of us are buddies, right? We go way back.
Rachel's death was so sudden and unexpected. I only called her close friends and family to the service. It wasn't exactly a public event.
Rachel and I were also good friends in university, though. Did you forget about that?
Thomas, I'm sorry that you feel left out, but I couldn't invite everyone who's ever met Rachel to the service. It was a very small gathering.
All right, fine. But you could have at least contacted me with the news. This is a big deal, you know.
Excuse me? I've got enough on my plate right now anyways with the funeral proceedings and paperwork. I'm not exactly in the headspace to be texting everyone in my contact list about the whole ordeal.
Not even a letter? Or a Facebook post? Everyone is dying to know what happened.
If you must know, she died in a car accident. Her car hit a guardrail off a cliffside.
Yikes, that's certainly a flashy way to go. By chance, did she say anything to you before she left that night?
What are you talking about?
Did Rachel say anything to you before she left? Like about anyone else or money or something?
Nothing really. Why do you ask, Thomas?
Oh, nothing. I was just curious, that's all. That's a relief.
What do you mean by that? And what's up with your attitude?
You've got to elaborate a bit here. I'm not sure what you're referring to.
I mean, my wife just died and you're over here pouting about not being invited to the party. Why do you sound so happy about this whole thing?
Of course not! This is how I process grief. Don't be ridiculous.
Can you cut it out already? This is no time to be joking around.
What's gotten you so on edge? Loosen up a bit, Josh. I mean, you've got to admit that this whole situation is kind of funny, right?
What about this is funny in any way? You have a wife too, don't you? How would you feel if the most important person in your life was suddenly ripped away from you?
It's not like the two of you had a good relationship anyways. Maybe you should consider this a chance to start fresh and find love.
What do you know about my relationship with Rachel?
Obviously, you're grieving right now. But once you get over it, I think you'll be relieved to be out of a dead-end relationship. Right?
Are you insane? Why would you say such a horrible thing? Rachel and I may not have been on the best terms before her passing, but every relationship has its ups and downs. I was still in love with her and happy to have her as my wife. Who told you that we were having marital issues anyway?
Oh, I just have a sense for these sorts of things. Don't think too much about it. So, you said she flew over a guardrail, yeah?
She was driving at night and the cliffside wasn't clearly marked. She didn't see the sudden turn and hit the railing at full speed.
Did the car fall over the cliff? Or was she ejected out of the front like a baby bird learning how to fly?
This is no laughing matter. Have a little more respect, will you?
Come on, loosen up about it. Jokes are a good way to process loss after all. You've got to find the humor in this whole thing.
Maybe that works for you, but let me grieve in my own way. I refuse to listen to you disrespect Rachel. It's simply not funny. My wife is dead. What about that can't you get through your head? Be a little more sensitive about it, won't you?
I get it, fine. All I'm trying to do is cheer up my best friend. You don't gotta get all worked up over it. Sheesh.
You're no friend of mine. We were in one class together. Don't pretend like you know me or anything about my wife.
Don't be like that. You're my favorite buddy in that whole class. I wouldn't have passed if I didn't copy off all your tests.
You cheated using my tests. You could have gotten both of us in massive trouble. Fine, whatever. Anyways, that doesn't make us friends or buddies or anything. I don't know you, Thomas.
You were such a stick in the mud back then. I still remember how panicked you got when I stole your glasses that one time.
You're the one who stole my glasses. What's wrong with you? I had migraines for a month without those.
You didn't know? Whoopsie. I think I still got them laying around somewhere here if you want them back now.
You have always been more than a thorn than any sort of friend of mine. It's bold of you to assume you'd be invited to Rachel's funeral in the first place.
Me? No. I was just a class clown. That's all. Plus, you're such an easy target. It's hard not to pick on you a little bit.
You know what, Thomas? I don't have time to reminisce with you about your sick jokes. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't contact me again.
Is that any way to speak to a friend? I was just trying to cheer you up, that's all. Let's chat later when you've brightened up a little. See ya, Josh!
My name is Josh Lewis. I'm a 29-year-old business contractor. Until last week, I was living a calm and simple life with my wife, Rachel. We dated in university before deciding to get married after graduation. We celebrated our 6th anniversary a month before her death. The year before her passing, Rachel and I grew apart somewhat. It always seemed like she had something on her mind and was just out of my reach. We stopped talking almost altogether, and she started going out at night without telling me. I felt powerless to stop her. I thought I would give her space and we'd eventually find each other again. But she was taken from me before we could reconcile. I mourn the loss of my wife, and I regret not having told her how much I loved her before she took the car that night. I wish I had a chance to talk to her one-on-one just one more time. I can't help but feel responsible for pushing her away. It's hard to move on when there are still words unsaid. I was in the process of filling Rachel's death certificate when Thomas contacted me out of the blue. Something didn't sit right with me about his nonchalant attitude, and also his knowledge about the accident. Due to his suspicious behavior, I contacted the police and asked them to investigate the scene of the accident. What we discovered there changed my perspective of my wife and altered the course of my life. Thomas, this is Josh. I have some questions for you regarding Rachel's accident.
Oh yeah? What about it? Are you playing detective or something?
Something that you told me earlier didn't sit right with me. How did you know that Rachel left the house at night? Furthermore, why were you aware of the issues Rachel and I were having in our relationship?
Didn't I tell you before? I've got a knack for this sort of thing.
To be frank, I don't believe you. I think you're more involved with Rachel's death than you say. The truth will come out eventually, you know. Just admit to it already.
Well, I wasn't exactly a bystander, if that's what you're getting at. But it's not like I killed her.
A bystander? What's that supposed to mean? What business did you have with my wife?
Relax, it's nothing sketchy. I just lent her some money. $7,000 to be exact.
What? Why did Rachel need all that money? How did you get in touch with her in the first place?
She told me that she wanted to keep it a secret from you, so I didn't mention it before. Now that she's dead, there's no use in hiding things, I guess.
Okay, so you lent Rachel a large sum of money. Money that she wanted to hide from me. Did she tell you why?
She seemed to be in some sort of trouble. I didn't dig too much into the details.
That doesn't make any sense to me. The two of us were pretty well off financially. She shouldn't have been hurting for money.
Well, since the two of you weren't all that close, it wouldn't have been difficult for her to hide stuff like that from you. I lent her the money and expect it back at some point too. Since you were her husband and all, you'll pay me back, right?
Do you have any proof of this transaction? A receipt or something?
Nah, I trusted her to keep her word and pay me back. I didn't want her to think I didn't trust her with the cash, you know?
So what you're saying is that you expect me to pay you back for a deal you made with my dead wife and you have no proof to back up your claim?
It's not like I was giving away money for charity. Of course I expect to be paid back. Don't you trust me?
To be completely honest, Thomas, I don't believe you. And I don't owe you anything.
Rachel was the one who owed me the money, and now that she's gone, that responsibility falls to you. Sorry, I don't make the rules.
First you mock Rachel's death. Now you're demanding $7,000 to pay back a loan you can't prove existed. You've got some nerve.
Come on, you said it yourself. It's not like you're hurting for cash. You could pay me back in full right now, couldn't you?
How much do you know about my finances? Please elaborate.
Well, you've got a good job and all. I just figured you were making at least 6 figures.
Did you hear that from Rachel? How do you know where I work?
Well, it's a long story. I don't want to bore you with the details.
Were you really that close with her? It seems like the two of you talked about a lot of things.
I told you it's not like that, didn't I? Are you trying to pin something on me?
All I'm looking for is answers. And it seems that you knew a lot more about my late wife than you're letting on to.
Whatever, Josh. I'm all worked up now. I don't care if you believe me or not. If you don't return my money right now, we're gonna have an issue.
Right now? Are you insane? There's no way I'm forking over $7,000.
Yes, you are. Just transfer the money into my account. You don't want this to become a problem, do you?
I'm busy today, Thomas. I don't have time for this.
It's in your best interest to keep quiet and pay up now. I hope you understand what that means.
Are you trying to threaten me?
Listen, Josh. I really did want to be your friend, but now that money is involved, things are a bit more complicated. If you're really that busy, I'll wait until tomorrow. You've got 24 hours from now to get me the cash. Got it? If you don't have the money in by then, I'm going to have to get others involved. You wouldn't want that, would you? Hey! Josh! What's up? Where's my money? You're late.
I have no intention of paying a man who was involved in my wife's death.
Don't start pinning crimes on me now. I need that money back stat. You're putting me in a difficult position now.
Why? What could you possibly need $7,000 for so suddenly?
Something that doesn't involve you. Stay out of it. Since you're late on the payment, I'm doubling the amount. $40,000. If you don't want it to triple, you better pay up now.
You'd threaten and extort a man who just lost his wife. Have you no shame?
Don't start begging for pity now. I don't care what you're dealing with. My money is a separate issue entirely.
I told you I was busy, didn't I? I've been spending the past few days working closely with police investigators. Since her death was unnatural, we ordered an autopsy on Rachel's body.
What about it?
Her body was in pretty bad shape after the crash. Despite that, one thing was clear. Rachel was pregnant.
Yikes, what a shame. 2 lives were taken at the same time. Who would have imagined?
She was already in her second trimester, which means she was concealing the pregnancy from me for a few months.
It was your kid, wasn't it? Why would she try to hide it from you?
It wasn't my kid, Thomas. I'm infertile. I think you already know where I'm going with this.
Oh, so Rachel cheated on you? I knew the two of you had issues, but ouch. Bet it hurts to find out this way.
Oh, shut it. It was your kid. Don't pretend like you didn't already know.
Huh?
I already know the extent of your involvement with her. There's no point in hiding it now.
You've got some nerve, Josh. First you lie about paying me back, and now you're accusing me of cheating with your dead wife. Where's your proof? That could have been anyone's kid. You certainly didn't know where Rachel was going or who she was hanging out with in the prior months, right?
What am I going to do? I just took a test. I'm pregnant.
What are you going on about now?
You're the only man I've been with in the past year, so it's 100% yours.
What's this? What are you talking about?
We were able to get access to Rachel's phone. Thankfully, it was still in working condition. These are messages she sent to you. Do you care to explain what's going on here?
Maybe it was someone else with the same name. You can't prove anything from those messages.
You can't run away from the truth, Thomas. We know all about your relationship with Rachel. Every message the two of you have exchanged is here on record in her phone.
Every message?
It disgusts me to read these exchanges, but I have to know the truth. I deserve to know what went down between the two of you. If you wouldn't have reached out in the first place, I never would have been suspicious of your intentions, you know? So, thank you for being so bad at covering your own tracks. Now I can learn the whole truth about my wife and her death.
About those messages. How many have you read exactly?
All of them. The police have seen them too. It's clear to all of us now that your actions led up to Rachel's death.
I was only joking with her. I didn't expect her to actually do anything so stupid.
If my wife finds out about this, my life is over. Get out of my hair, you hag. Go do everyone a favor and kill yourself.
I didn't really mean it. I was just upset, that's all. I mean, we were just friends with benefits. I never wanted a baby with her or anything. I didn't want to lose my wife or my job or anything over this. You'd do the same if you were in my position, right?
I knew something was wrong when I heard she was in a car accident. She was always a very careful and competent driver. Rachel drove over that cliff on purpose. She killed herself because of your cruel words.
Just because I said something nasty to her doesn't mean I'm responsible for her death. Maybe she did it because you weren't there for her. Anyways, you can't prove that it was a suicide anyways. She was driving on a notoriously dangerous road.
I think we both know the truth. You are the one who forced her into a corner and told her the only way out was to take her own life. You never lent her any money in the first place. You were just trying to fabricate a scenario to cover your own back.
So maybe I didn't lend her any money, but I still need some cash fast. And you've got tons of extra money to throw around, right? Anyways, Rachel's the one who cheated on you in the first place. She reached out to me, not the other way around. This is her own fault.
The two of us could have worked through her infidelity in couples counseling. Now that you've taken her from me, there's no going back. Her life was precious, no matter what she did in the months leading up to her death.
Stop acting so high and mighty. Do you think you're better than me? Would you have acted any differently if the two of us were in opposite positions right now?
I would never wish death on anyone. The fact that you thought that was a normal response goes to show how demented you are.
Fine. Call me whatever you want to. Just give me one thing, okay? Please don't let my wife know about all of this.
Are you being serious right now?
Yeah, well, turns out one of my other girlfriends is friends with my wife and the whole thing got leaked. We nearly got a divorce, but I told her I'd pay her $10,000 to make up for it if we stayed together.
So you tried to extort money out of me to bribe your wife into staying with you?
If she hears that I cheated again and got the other girl pregnant, she'll leave me for sure. I mean, you know how painful it is to lose your wife. You wouldn't want me to go through the same suffering, right?
My wife's death and your wife divorcing you are in no way the same. How dare you equate the two of them? Your wife's going to find out about all this sooner or later when the police come to arrest you.
The police are coming after me. Why? All I did was send a text message. How is this my fault?
Have you heard of coerced suicide before? Your messages to Rachel can be used in court to find you responsible for her death.
What sort of crap is that? She's the one who listened and took her own life. Why should I be held responsible for someone else's actions?
Save your excuses for your day in court. A judge and jury can decide for you if you're really all that innocent. Even if you are not directly involved in the action leading up to her death, your instructions played a role in her decision-making process. Your actions can be considered manslaughter, you know. If found guilty, you're going to be locked up for a long time.
No way. There's no way this is happening. Manslaughter. But I didn't do anything.
What do you mean? You're the one who got her pregnant. You're the one who told her to die. Take some responsibility for your own actions already. You're a coward and a disgrace.
Leave me alone already! Can't we just let this go? Why'd you have to go and get the police involved?
You still don't understand the gravity of your actions, do you? Because of your actions, 2 people lost their lives. It wasn't just Rachel, you know. It was the baby, too.
It wasn't born yet. It couldn't have felt any pain or anything.
That's not the problem here.
Listen to me. I didn't intend on any of this happening. I said some stupid things and it's too late to take them back now, but I never thought she'd actually do it.
I told you before that I am infertile, right? But the truth is, I've always desperately wanted a child of my own. I wanted to raise a family of my own with Rachel. I was considering asking her if we could find a donor. I don't care whose kid it was. I could have raised it as my own. I would have treated it as my own child.
Look, I understand that you're upset. But please, there's no changing what happened now.
You could never understand what I'm going through. You will never be able to comprehend the pain I'm in.
You stay together with a woman who cheated on you and raised the child as your own? Don't joke around. There's no way you'd be okay with that.
You and I are not the same, Thomas. Don't assume that I would be as cruel as you. I will never forgive you. I will not rest until you've been locked away in prison where you belong. You're a murderer.
I'm not. I didn't kill her. I didn't mean for any of this to happen.
Can you not even apologize? All you care about is yourself. You couldn't care less about Rachel's feelings or the baby.
Fine, I'm sorry. I'm sorry things turned out like this. But you can't pin this all on me.
Go reflect on your actions in a prison cell for a few years, and maybe one day you'll realize the weight of your actions. No matter what you say to legitimize your actions, Rachel's blood is on your hands. I hope you understand that.
I said I was sorry. I regret this whole thing. I do. Please, just tell the police I'm innocent.
There's no point in continuing to argue with someone who sees no logic. If you have anything more to say, talk to your lawyer.
I really, really regret it. I shouldn't have gotten with Rachel in the first place. Forgive me.
None of this would have happened if you didn't send Rachel those horrible messages. If you didn't agree to meet her in the first place. You knew it was wrong, but you did it anyways. Now it's time for you to face the consequences of your own actions.
I've really messed up this time. Help. Please. You've got to help me out. Just because Rachel and the baby lost their lives doesn't mean you have to ruin mine in return. Come on, Josh. Help me out here.
After that, Thomas was arrested on charges of coerced suicide based on my report and the evidence we found on Rachel's phone. He was also charged with fraud for trying to extort money out of me. He was found guilty on both charges and sent to prison for the next 20 years. The jury was especially harsh in this case due to Rachel's pregnancy. His wife was able to divorce him before he was sentenced and has changed her name to avoid affiliation with him and his crimes. I would be lying if I said I wasn't at all upset by Rachel's cheating, but there's nothing I can do now to change the past. Maybe I should have done more to maintain our relationship in the first place. Maybe I should have reached out that night and stopped her from taking the car. I've been working through these complicated feelings in therapy. It has taken a lot of time and work, but I'm finally starting to feel like myself again. I took some time off from work to travel and have been focusing on finding the beauty in life. Things will never be normal again, but I'm trying my best to live and grow despite the loss. I will never forget about the time I spent with my late wife, nor will I forget about Thomas's actions or the cheating. But I'm finally ready to let that go and restart my life. 2 years after Rachel's death, I started putting myself out there and meeting people again. I hope to find someone to spend the rest of my life with.
Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to hit that like button and leave a comment below. Subscribe so that you never miss a new video. See you in the next one.